Sunday sunset, you taught me how. Took a drive up the mountain.
Tropical storm Niala continues to approach the island chain. The current forecast brings it close enough to impact parts of the state with high surf, increased winds, and heavy rain. The track has Niala passing to the south of the Aloha State Sunday and Monday.
If it passes to the south, that puts the area in the right side of the storm, which is typically the stronger side of the storm. So it puts you in a location where you still can get a lot of strong impacts, especially if it's close to you and it's just to your south. So you can get a lot more rain with a tropical storm than a hurricane a lot of times.
The greatest threat to the Big Island will be heavy rain and flash flooding, mainly for east and south slopes, but all portions of the island should be ready for intense downpours. Storm totals of 6 to 12 inches are possible, maybe even up to 16 inches, and since the ground is saturated, flooding could occur more quickly. Rock and mudslides are also possible.
Weakening or remnants of tropical cyclones tend to bring a tremendous amount of rain, more rain than most people have ever seen. And so that kind of rain easily causes flooding, and not just in flood-prone areas, but also areas that are not traditionally thought of as flood-prone.
When I talk about intense rainfall, it's rainfall that occurs at a rate that's too high for the ground to absorb it, and so it just turns to runoff, and this can happen very quickly.
We do not yet know how far north the rain bands will reach, so Maui County residents should keep that in mind. To stay safe from flooding, remember, turn around, don't drown.
If you can't see the road, you really don't know the condition of the roadway as well. It could be undercut and you might be driving on what's essentially an eggshell, and then you go right in, and that's been documented in the past, and then all of a sudden you're in the stream with absolutely no control of what's going on.
Know whether or not you're in a flood-prone area. A lot of people don't know this ahead of time, or they don't know the flood history in their area.
Winds are expected to pick up to at least advisory levels for our smaller islands, and surf is expected to build to advisory levels along southeast shores across the state. Remember, even small errors in the track can result in major differences in the effects.
A lot of people think that the cone of uncertainty is all the possible places that cyclone can go, and that's not the case. It just represents where 2/3 of the time we expect it to be somewhere in that cone. But you got to know also that if the center of the storm is on the left side or the right side, that its impacts are going to spread outside of the cone. With any storm, there's a number of different scenarios that are possible. What we try to do with our forecast track is pick the one that's most likely based on what we know at the time. Of course, that tends to change with each subsequent advisory, so that's why it's kind of incumbent upon everyone to try and stay updated with what the latest on these storms are and what's changing with these storms.
Many advisories, watches, and warnings are posted at this time. Go to BigIslandNow.com and MauiNow.com for your detailed Niala updates and forecasts. I'm meteorologist Malika Dudley. We'll keep on top of this and bring you the latest.